Hi guys, welcome to another KamicarzCreations video. As you can see, the old Supercharged Torana's back in the shed. Brought it home with a heavy heart. The tuner did some great things to it. He found some problems that I'd built into it. Mainly the push rods being too short, and the hydraulic lifters not having the ability to open the valves far enough. So he bought new push rods and whacked them into it. He fixed the head gasket up because it had popped, being one of those kinetic 3-ply head gaskets. I may not have got the tensioning right. I thought I did have it right, but I actually heard it pop in the shed when early on when I had it running, and there's some videos of it revving. I heard this pop, and after that it had that funny noise, that exhaust leak noise, and it didn't recover from there. So he replaced that. He really struggled with the ECU and getting it to work and remember, and getting a program in there that would work. And so we just decided to give up, and I was heading down the road of just pulling the ECU out and putting a Haltech in there, which I still may do. If I can get this working for now and get it running at a reasonable condition, means I don't have to fork any more cash in, because she's been a bit of a money pit. I think it'll be well worth it in the end. I'm not really worried about what I've spent on it. It's the joy of having it running and driving, and the uniqueness of it. Shane's Supercharger is absolutely fantastic. Even my tuner said he absolutely loved the design and said it should all work. And we came down to the conclusion that it was the ECU that was giving us a lot of grief. Now, EMS is the ECU company that Shane supplied from, and basically they're gone out of business. They were supposed to honour their backup for their ECUs, but I've tried. I rang the number once and got onto them months ago. Then I started accessing the website, and it was down, and then I tried ringing them and said their number is disconnected. So that's caused a lot of grief. I have to give a massive shout out to Adrian. Adrian's got one of these kits. He was in front of me. He was about 9 months in front, and Shane was finishing his kit off when I rang up to purchase this one. And he's been working on his for 9 months now, and just getting to know it, he's been in a world of pain like I was. He's replaced all sorts of things. He's blown up a motor. It wasn't a very good motor, I don't think, to start with, but he's had heaps of issues. Again, some probably all his own, a bit like me, a bit of a novice mechanic, having a bit of a go. But he's got his running pretty good now. And bless him, he sent me his tune, his file. I just plugged it straight in, and the difference was outstanding. It starts and runs. It even starts from cold. Anyway, I'll show you a few of those runs and the tunes, and give you a bit of an explanation about what's happening.
guys, this is a first start this morning from cold using Adrian's ECU mapping, and he's done an awesome job. It sits and runs quite nicely. It took a little bit for it to fire up, but that's probably a standard cold old motor. It was nowhere near as bad as it used to be. And a lot of the readings are pretty much spot on. I'm sure I've got a little bit of work to do, but I need to get my fans working, and I don't think they're working. No, I've got a wiring problem. I've run it direct to earth and they fire, but they're just not firing off the relay or the ECU at this point in time. Up here on the readouts, I've got a lambda of 1. It stays pretty damn consistent. And then down on the gauges, if I can get it where you can see it, she's sitting at about 15.2, which 14.7 is ideal, but 15.2 isn't far off that. And when you look at the lambda conversion chart, that's next to negligible. Everything else is sitting quite good, but she runs so much better with that mapping. I owe Adrian big time. It's pretty much basically ready to try on the road and do a little bit of road testing. Step back a bit. She looks very nice in there. I'm just absolutely stoked. The work that I got done down the coast, James really struggled with the ECU, as Adrian has. Adrian's about 9 months in front of me. He got his kit, so it hasn't been an easy path for him either. A worthwhile one, I must admit, but definitely not easy. A lot of learning. The ECU definitely has some issues. It's not the easiest ECU to manage and learn, and I haven't. I'm just very thankful that Adrian has. But that's sitting and running absolutely beautifully. I'm stoked. So guys, I'm pretty stoked, as I've said, with it all. I'm sure I'm not through all of the rocky roads yet after so many adventures. It rocks your confidence a little bit, but it is, you know, it's all a process, and we'll get there in the end. It's definitely sitting and running so much better now. I've got a few things to do in the inside of the car. I really want to have a look at that wiring again, especially around that fan. One thing Adrian has done, which I thought was very, very smart, he's hooked up 2 relays, one to either fan, and it works very similar to the Davis Craig setup, where the first fan will come in at a certain temperature and then the second fan will come in at another temperature. That's incredibly smart. So that's probably an upgrade that I'll look at doing as well. I've got both fans on one relay at the moment, and I think I've had it come on once, but maybe that was a fluke. It's there's obviously something very simple that I've done there in the wiring, and it's just not triggering that relay to get it running. But anyway, guys, I'll keep you up to date. I'll do a little bit of road tuning on it, and I'll do a few videos of that. Hopefully it all goes well. So keep watching. Take care. Bye for now.